Okay, so it's August 14th, 2016, Edible Acres. This is an update video of a video that I put on in November, which I will link here. You can see a link on the video probably. And this is a farm space that was given to me and some friends to work in by a really awesome guy, Tony Potenza, amazing organic farmer, one of the original organic farmers in New York State. And this area, as you can, if you look at the old video, you'll see a better introduction. This is like a 2/3 acre plot that he was not using. It was too small to be useful for his machines. And he had a whole bunch of round bales, as you can see the remnants of off in the distance, of silage alfalfa, that the idea was we could just use it as we see fit. My good friends Liam and Sylvie are farming this side, and they're doing some great work with trellis tomatoes. They had 200 starts this spring and nowhere to put them, so we got them here, and they're growing really well. And what I'm mainly growing this year, pretty much all the green you see in here are potatoes. There are some weeds here or there, but it's important to remember, I'll put a link in the description. 2016 for Trumansburg, New York was a absolute record-breaking drought. We're finally coming out of it. But Trumansburg was the driest town in all of New York State up until a few weeks ago. And this entire thing of green that you see has received not a single drop of irrigation for this entire summer. And the reason it works so well is because of the mulch. All those round bales, all that organic matter laid down in November and some in the spring, potatoes planted into what will eventually be beautiful raised beds, and hilled with mulch and sometimes with soil. You can see here we actually dug down through the mulch and hilled, and of course we got weeds as a result, but we'll shave those again and hill these potatoes again. For anyone that grows potatoes, you can appreciate what this looks like. This is a happy potato patch. We planted enough seed and there's enough bed space. If things work out well, we might expect to see upwards to 1 ton. If we get a half ton, I'll be happy with that because we're not trying to sell them. This is all just for us to eat and share. And of course there are some weeds here and there. Very easy to pull through the mulch. We just lay it right back down and put more mulch on top. Some areas that are weedy enough, we just lay mulch on it. Like in here, we'll just keep putting hay on top. We've got all these bags to pick away and do. You can see chard off in the distance here. We'll take a walk and look at them. But this is all human scale farming, very hand tool based, no machines, no irrigation in a drought. From what I understand of it, it has never been this little rainfall in this season in this area since 1893. I think it beat all the records for dryness, and I think it will beat all the records for production considering that. Even in a good year, this is amazing looking production. So we're starting with pretty good soil to begin with, but you can see the level of mulching is on the extreme side. So I can go in and keep pulling back layer after layer after layer after layer after layer until I'm finally down into the actual soil. So you can imagine any rain that comes into this is staying in this, and any groundwater that wants to come up is not being evaporated away. So we'll hill these potatoes once more. Maybe I'll do a video of how the yield looks. Most of the potato beds are planning to be transitioned into producing garlic for next year. So potatoes will come out, some sort of root crop might go in, and then garlic will go in the fall. You can see where there are weeds. Through the mulch, it's very easy to pull them out with their roots attached. And just lay them back down. We'll use that as mulch again once that breaks down. Oop, I'm almost stepping on. Got a bunch of broccolis in here. My friends have been seeding out areas with radishes. We've been transplanting in little starts as we get them. These are very little and just went in. Unfortunately, there was comfrey here before, and so we're trying to mulch our way out of that, but I have a feeling comfrey will be a large part of this farming operation in the years to come. Once it's here and disked once or twice, it's going to be hard to get rid of. These are all blue potatoes. with some winter squash on the north there, sprawling along. The fruit sets are just starting to form up, hopefully ripen soon. And this is really exciting to share. These are heirloom flint corn. See the roots, the size of the stalks at the bottom. I'm 6 feet tall. That is my height. And we're going up to 8 feet on the tops of these. They're starting to tassel and do their thing. So we should hopefully be able to at least get some really good, robust, locally adapted, open pollinated heirloom flint corn seed for next year. You can see the squash starting to form underneath. More corn and amaranth happening. Beautiful amaranth on the south end down there. All just seeds scattered into the wet mulch. And we'd open up a bale and it still had all the residual moisture of winter, so we seeded them like crazy. And it's kind of hard to describe what it feels like to walk here, but it's basically like walking on a moist down comforter, which is pretty pleasant. So, more acorn squash in here with a bunch of cabbages in between. The idea is we'll get the acorn squash crop, and then first frost will erase the squash plants, and the cabbages should be able to perk up and finish their work. And the goal here will be, and I think we're on track for it to work out, once the crops come out this year, add some more mulch, do the last bit of weeding, and then get this whole area, or a big swatch of this area, set to certified organic, locally grown for the whole duration, seed garlic. About 20,000 heads will go in this fall. I did one test planting of 20 cloves of garlic over in that area without much mulch, without much soil working and amendment, and some of the heads of garlic were about the size of my fist. My fist, I have a decent sized hand. They were up to about that size. So I think in these deep beds where they've been hilled and organic matter's really been built, we should see some amazing garlic. And you can see all their tomatoes are raging over there. So this is what it looks like in pretty good soil to begin with a huge commitment on deep, deep, deep mulch in a historically droughty summer with not a single drop of irrigation. Pretty exciting and a pretty worthwhile model in my mind to continue to really explore and understand. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think.